Alright, so today I want to talk about a fight that has completely flown under the radar. Dalton Smith versus Subriel Matias. We're literally days away from the fight and there's been little to no promotion, and honestly, almost everything about the fight has felt strange. From the promotion, to the broadcaster, to the controversy surrounding it. If you like to keep updated with boxing, then you're in the right place. Please make sure you subscribe and I'll keep you updated. First of all, the promotion for the fight has been very odd. There's only been one press conference, and that was all the way back in November. For a world title fight, that's almost unheard of. Originally, we were hearing rumours towards the back end of June that Matias would be defending his belt against his mandatory challenger, Dalton Smith. We got a face-off and an announcement that the fight was penciled in for a spot on the Ring's Night of the Champion card in Saudi Arabia on November 22nd. Then it got pushed back due to Matias' failed test. More on that later. Subriel Matias' promoter won the purse bid and decided to move the fight to New York rather than keeping it on the Saudi Arabia card, with the new date of January 10th, 2026. Now getting back to that failed test, in late November, news broke that Subriel Matias had failed a drug test taken earlier in the month. I'll be honest, it shocked me. Matias already has a reputation as one of the biggest punchers in the sport, and given his history, including the tragedy with Maxim Dadashev, is not something I even want to speculate about. Then, in early December, it was confirmed that the B sample also returned an adverse finding. However, the New York State Athletic Commission ruled that the concentration detected was below the threshold used by major boxing jurisdictions, including Nevada, California, and New York, meaning that the fight would still go ahead. The New York State Athletic Commission also stated that Matias is now subjected to additional testing. The substance in question was ostarine. The same substance was found in Ryan Garcia's test. The WBC stated that the levels of detections were low and consistent with possible supplement contamination. Despite all of that, the promotion went quiet. So quiet, in fact, that I didn't even realise the fight was still happening until this week when I checked BoxRec. As the purse bid was won by Matias' promoter, Juan Orango of Fresh Productions, the fight will now be broadcast on the obscure pay-per-view.com. Through all of this, Dalton Smith for his part seems to have soldiered on. For a long time, Matias was being talked about as the next great Puerto Rican fighter, someone who could fill the shoes of Miguel Cotto. He's currently 23-2 with 22 big knockouts. But recently, he hasn't looked quite the same. He lost the IBF champion to Liam Parrow in 2024. He struggled badly with the pure boxing skills of Liam Parrow. He did regain a belt, the WBC super lightweight champion, by beating Alberto Puello in a narrow decision. But that fight showed cracks in Matias. At 32 years old, Matias' relentless punishing style may be catching up with him. He looks far more mortal than he did during his terrifying run from 2020 to 2023. This is a massive step up for Dalton Smith. He's currently 18-0 with 13 knockouts, a former British and Commonwealth champion at super lightweight. Smith has done everything right domestically. He fought solid opposition, dipped into European level, and beat a past his best Jose Cepeda. He's never been dropped and he appears to have a good chin. But there are concerns. He does seem to cut easily. It also seems like his stamina isn't quite the best. When this fight was first announced, I thought it may be competitive, mainly because of the trouble Matias had with Parrow. But the more I thought about it, the more I watched Smith's fights. This is a very bad style matchup for Dalton Smith. Matias is a pressure fighter. He marches forward, lets his hands go, and breaks people down both mentally and physically. Smith prefers to fight at long range, but Matias will give him no room at all. So let's break it down. Foot speed goes to Smith, hand speed goes to Matias, power goes to Matias, defense goes to Smith, technique goes to Smith, chin quite similar, stamina goes to Matias. There is a path for Smith to win, but it's very narrow. If the version of Matias we've been watching recently is the real one, if his decline is further along than we think, then Smith has a chance. Smith carries real power, and honestly, he might be the biggest puncher Matias has faced. And Matias' defense has never been great. He leaves openings. If Smith can box, manage his distance, hurt Matias early, there's an upset there. As much as I'd like Smith to win, I can't see him winning, based on the styles, based on the pressure, and based on the volume and power. So my prediction, I see Subriel Matias winning by stoppage in the later rounds. Smith is up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, especially considering the failed test situation and how dangerous Matias is stylistically. Let me know what you guys think. Is Matias on the decline? Can Smith pull off the upset? Or is this a bad night waiting to happen? Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe as it helps the channel grow. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.